I identify as a wrestler who just so happens to be gay, not a gay wrestler.
I don't want promoters to book people because they're gay.
I feel more normal. I wouldn't say I've seen anyone that looked like me, obviously because being a woman, the time I was watching wrestling, it was a lot of women who were like blondes, all sort of look the same, so I never saw anyone like me. But I've been able to sort of build up my confidence, and now what started off as my wrestling character is actually how I express myself now and how I feel. So it's sort of merged into one pink zebra horrific girl. I think definitely having more spots available for gay or bisexual wrestlers on shows, because a lot of the times there's sort of a quota to fill, and when there's one sort of gay presenting person on a show, they're probably not going to book another. Do you know what I mean?
I'm bisexual or pansexual, queer, also I guess genderqueer as well, so I'm quite femme, so I wear skirts and makeup. I kind of just didn't care what anyone thought anymore, because it's, it's quite a strange thing to do with wrestling. It's a very niche interest. So I just, I needed something physical to do. I never really liked sports, never really liked football or anything like that, but I really liked wrestling, so I just started wrestling. And I found out I was quite good at it. I really liked it, so I just kept going. There was I suppose there was queer icons Gold Dust and stuff like that, but I know he identifies as straight, but no, not really. Apart from that, it was a very manly pursuit. Yeah, it did feel more at home, with kind of there's less of that maybe male aggression, that heteronormative, stereotypical competitive nature, whereas it's more you're working together with your partner to create a performance. It's completely different. It's just strange, since lockdown, there has been this kind of a blow up of people who've been out and queer, and seeing more people are thinking about representation on shows for minorities, the LGBTQ community. So yeah, it's been really good coming to shows and having people that you can chat to and not feel you have to kind of hide that part of yourself around them. It's really great. The fact that you're booking people and making sure that it's a safe space for those people on a show and having them there is just something that needs to be there.
So I am he, him, so I still identify as a man. However, I put on a different persona. Shane Monet is completely different from Shane. Shane is your laid back, chill guy, and then Shane Monet is completely different. It's Shane amped up to 10. Everyone always says be yourself, but amp up to 10 because that's the best you can ever be. I feel I've done a lot already and paved way for people, opening doors for people like me or people who are scared to be like me. And I really think nowadays in the decade, the LGBT community has shot up. Stop caring about the sexuality and focus more on the talent base. It's very offensive for people to comment on, oh, it's fine, we've got a queer spot for you, that one spot for you, and we're all battle. No, that shouldn't be like that. If you're talented, if you're a good wrestler, then I think you should be given a chance, full stop. It shouldn't matter your sexuality.
It was more like a parody in wrestling rather than actually just proper representation. So yeah, it's good to see over the last few years, especially in the last year or two, ever since we've been able to actually wrestle and see each other again after all the lockdowns. Really everybody's went hell for leather going, hey, I'm here, pay attention. For a lot of people, they don't necessarily know I'm bisexual unless they really know me, but over the last year I did a photo shoot, basically a coming out photo shoot, basically for Pride, and a lot of people were like, are you? And I was like, yeah. And what? It's not you're gay, it's people can be that way, but we can actually it's good to see that it's not the typical spots you see all the time. There's people out there that may actually be gay, but they haven't told anybody or haven't, and they're just out and they're amazing workers, and you get the other ones who are out proud, and I'm so proud of them for doing that.
I would have started watching around, I want to say 2013, 2014, and there wasn't really anyone in the mainstream wrestling that I could sort of identify with. I'm quite new to wrestling. I've only been wrestling 4 years, but from the moment that I started, I've been surrounded by other queer people, and I haven't really had that in my non-wrestling aspects of my life. So it's really cool to have such like a close community within two things that are very like prominent in my personality. I saw a lot of support more than anything for like queer wrestlers and stuff, and it made me feel comfortable enough to sort of be able to say out loud, like I'd never really say that I was bisexual before I started wrestling, and it was within like the wrestling community that I really started to embrace that part of me.
The reality is, when I started, if you were queer in any way really, you were closet, except for me. I made the decision, it took me long enough to come out at 23 that I wasn't going to do that. I was going to be exactly who I am from day one, and everybody in the locker room knew that the ring announcer is a gay man. Not very often, but there was the occasional issue with homophobia. I remember the classic backs to the wall joke when one particularly unpleasant bloke found out that I was gay, and I looked him up and down, I was like, you are kidding, right? It didn't happen very often, but when it did, people did tend to rally around me. I never felt unwelcome, because there was always people I knew that were supportive, even if they were straight and or closeted, you know. It was lonely for such a long time, and when I found out about other queer performers, they were down south, or I'd never met them, I'd heard of them. If you see people like you on a show, you see that it's for you and that you're welcome, and I wanted to be that, and maybe I don't need to be anymore, because there's lots of wrestlers out there now who are, look at me, this is who I am, this is my identity, I'm still a badass and I can still kick people in the backside, and chef's kiss. I don't know what to say.